Hey everyone, Naj Ali Khan back here again, and today we're going to discuss a topic which is very basic but highly controversial, and you guessed it right, it's happiness. Now what is happiness exactly? Throughout history, great philosophers, scientists and personalities have actually given their own definitions of happiness and given us certain guidelines as to what we should avoid in order to be happy or remain in a state of bliss for long periods of time. However, that doesn't really seem to happen. So what exactly is happiness? Is it a state of mind? Is it a chemical reaction? Or is it a physical solid being? So let's find out. But before we move forward, hit the subscription button and give me a thumbs up and press the bell icon so that I can make more and more videos for all of you guys, and let's get started. There was once a very brave soldier who fought courageously in a huge battle and actually killed so many of the atrocious enemies, maybe hundreds of atrocious enemies. However, during the battle, somebody actually backstabbed him and he lost both of his legs because of that one traitor. And then he couldn't actually walk and he was restrained to a wheelchair. Then when he returned to his command after months of surgery, the command asked him, "Why are you so happy, man? You lost both of your legs in the entire battle. Like, how can you be so positive? How can you be actually so in a state of bliss?" And then he replied with that same smile, "You know, the reason why the smile exists is because of the smile that I see on my child's face when he sees me proudly as how I fought so bravely, and the smile that I see on my wife's face when she actually sees me looking at my own picture as how I fought. And that is the one positive thing that gives me so much happiness, that I lost my legs, but I haven't lost my life. I can actually get back my legs and come back into the battlefield after a few months, maybe not even a few months, it might take a few years, but I will come back, I will return." And that hope exists inside my heart. And that was the one thing that actually struck the other soldiers' heart so badly that they were left in confusion. But the question that they asked was the wrong question. The actual question was, how can he be negative when he had actually fought so bravely and when he didn't lose his life, but he lost his legs? How can he be so negative? And that is the one question that actually strikes most of us. Is that, tell me one thing in our lives, there may be a lot of negative things happening in our life. You may fail in your exams. You may actually not get the required job you want. Your business may go into losses one point of time. But then, just remember one thing, guys. There could be something even more horrible that could happen. Instead of losing a job, you can imagine you might, meet with an accident. Tell me, after meeting with an accident, will you be even able to go and apply for an interview the next day? I don't think so. Or if you fail in your exams once, tell me one thing. Have you been detained or your life has been destroyed that you can't write your exams once again and pass them? Obviously not. Now, you imagine a situation where you're riding a bicycle and you fall from that bicycle. Tell me one thing. After falling, can't you get up? Can't you just get up back again and you ride it again? Can't you do that? Obviously you can do that. So why stay negative and cry on the injury that you've got? Why? When you know very well that you can actually get back up and ride it and learn to ride it again and do it more efficiently. And why to be negative and why to be sad when there are 100 reasons to be happy? Stephen Hawking, as you all know, was one of the biggest scientists in the entire world and the biggest inventor. He just, revolutionized science to such an extent, and that is the reason why we are able to know quantum physics and many other physics laws and so many other things. You know what? At the age of 21, he was diagnosed with motor neuron disease, a disease wherein the neurons inside his body actually died and his muscles became weaker, where there was no coordination between his muscles. And so he was restrained to a wheelchair. He could neither eat nor talk properly, nor could he even move his head, tilt his head a bit. But, he could have spent his entire life, living in sadness and, despair and, just restrained to the wheelchair in a corner of the room. However, he did not. He was quite happy that he had his mind which he could use to benefit thousands of people in the entire world. And that is what he actually did. On his wheelchair, sitting on his wheelchair with a computer attached to it, he could communicate with people, an artificial voice attached to that computer. He went to seminars. He interacted with students. He wrote 15 books, guys. He wrote 15 books using those fragile fingers which couldn't even shake a person's hand. And using that computer attached to his wheelchair, and with his fingers he wrote 15 books. And those books revolutionized science. And he was happy that he had his mind, which he could use to influence and help so many students and make this world a better place. Now this is the biggest example of a person who remained happy his entire life despite being diagnosed with such a pathetic disease, a disease which was worse than death. Now tell me, what excuse do we have for staying negative and being sad in our entire life, when a personality like Stephen Hawking actually lived his entire life being paralyzed and restrained to a wheelchair, but being happy that he was able to influence the entire world. Happiness is generally associated with a sense of pleasure, satisfaction, or an exultant feeling of joy. However, the mistakes that people make while associating happiness to these three aspects is when they actually depend their happiness on a sense of achievement or a physical goal that they need to achieve. Oh my god, I'll be happy when I achieve $50 million and have it in my bank account. Oh my god, I'll be happy when I'll get that job. Oh my god, I'll be happy when I become an engineer. Oh my god, I'll be happy when I'll receive 100 on 100 in my report card. Sorry to break it to you guys, these are just temporary states of mind that you actually feel is happiness. This is not happiness. This is just an illusion wherein you stay, where you think that happiness is actually where happiness is. However, this is not a permanent state of happiness or being happy or in a state of bliss. The reason why this actually happens is because your mind is greedy, or you as human beings are greedy. Once you achieve something, you want something more and more and more. You want something more. You cannot actually, a human being can never be satisfied. Human being always wants to desire something more. And perhaps that's the reason why so many wars and things are fought in this entire world. So the one basic thing that people need to know is the actual way to attain true happiness is gratitude. When I told you about Stephen Hawking's story, the main moral of that story was being grateful. Grateful that you actually have a huge roof on your head. Being grateful that you're having three courses meal a day, which are just luxurious. The gratitude that your parents are still there to take care of you or to feed you. And some parents won't even feed you if you don't land up a job. They will. Some of parents do love so much. And the gratitude that you're able to actually listen to this YouTube video with a proper internet connection and learn about life or learn about happiness in that case. Gratitude is the most important aspect which actually gives you true happiness, guys. Do not take this lightly. Gratitude is one of the biggest virtues in the entire world. And that is the only way where you can actually attain true and long-lasting happiness. Happiness generally lies in the smiles of our loved ones. People generally underestimate this fact, but what actually makes us happy is our loved ones, the ones whom we love, our parents, our spouses, our children, or our grandparents, or anyone that you love the most. If you actually wish to attain true happiness, this state of mind called happiness, that is, you will find that in the smiles and the happiness of your loved ones. And that is what is actually true happiness. And that is not a state of mind, not an illusion, but the feeling of the sensation that you feel inside your own heart of being true happy is when you look at the smiles of your loved ones. So if you want to find happiness, find it in your loved ones. Spend time with them, communicate with them effectively, and you will see that you will receive eternal happiness as long as you live on this earth. If you want to look for happiness in this entire world, the true sense of happiness, you need to know this one fact, guys. The eternal happiness lies in serving others. There was once a guy, a billionaire, who actually wanted to earn money since childhood. Like, he just desperately wanted to become a millionaire and just wanted to just dive in a pool of money and have all the luxuries in the world. But guess what? Life happened. The moment he achieved that pool of money and achieved billions of dollars in his bank account, he still wasn't happy. There was some point of time, there was something that was actually not making him satisfied. And then the only thing he decided to do was utilize that money for the betterment of other people and serve them and give them influence them in such a way that they themselves can lead their lives in luxury. And that is what he did. And the moment he felt that his work was being put to great use by him, that is when he felt a sense of happiness and a sense of great pleasure, and he could sleep every night happily and blissfully. So what actually changed? He achieved everything that he wanted, but not happiness, because true happiness, eternal happiness, lies in serving others. And you don't have to be a big charity giver or anything. The only simplest thing that in the world that you can do is help your brother and sister, help your parents, assist them in their work, assist them in whatever small tasks they have, serve them. If you get a time, just give them a massage on their head, or just tell them how much you love them. Show gratitude on how much grateful that you are that you have them. And listen to the small things that they say. Do not make them shout. Go to your parents and say them, let me help you out with this grocery. Let me help you out with washing your car, Dad. Mom, let me help you out with cooking this dish that you're trying to prepare for us. And guys, remember, the moment you start doing these small chores and helping your parents or your sisters and serving others, is the day, trust me, you'll achieve eternal happiness. We are so busy in today's world earning money or pursuing a job or doing so many extra stuff that we don't actually find happiness in. No, we do not. Where true happiness and satisfaction lies in the small habits, interests and hobbies that we love. So the only way to achieve those moments of true pleasure and happiness is pursuing those interests and hobbies which can actually give you an internal sense of satisfaction. If you guys like football, just go out there, take at least half an hour from your busy schedule and go out there into the football field and just play football. If you guys feel your happiness lies in art or painting, just take some time off your busy schedule and paint your beloved painting. Or if you find happiness in going to the gym, take some time out and hit the gym. And then pursuing these small tiny activities of the day will actually make you surprised that they are actually going to give you actual long-term happiness. These small habits and interests that you have, do not underestimate them. These will actually contribute to your long-term happiness and satisfaction and the way your day goes. Even after you come from a busy day at work where you are really grumpy and you can shout at anyone, the moment you resort to pursuing these happiness activities that you love, you will realize you are the happiest man in the world. Just realize, the richest billionaire in the world can be depressed, while the poorest chap in the world who stays on the streets can be a heap of abundance. Bliss lies in the internal sense of security. And the only way to achieve this internal sense of security is to know who you are, recognize yourself. A lot of times, what we do is we mimic others and we are always, chasing the things that others have that we don't and trying to become what we are not. But guys, remember this one thing. We are always happy and we achieve eternal satisfaction and happiness only when we recognize who we are and not trying to become someone else. And that is the only way where you can actually achieve true happiness. Know who you are. Know what you can actually do. If you're not a technical guy, just shove it away. Just pursue what you're actually good at. that will make you who you actually are. But if you are actually trying to impress someone else and going into a field, going into a realm where you feel that your true identity is lost, then you will never achieve true happiness. And mark my words. If you found this video useful, at least a flicker, then please do type in the comment box what did you learn from it. And guys, the moment you start following the tips that I shared with you in today's video, you will realize your life transforming and you will see the world through a different lens altogether and see how beautiful it can be. See you soon.